Hi trainers, a mobile release is just around the corner, or it's here already, and I'm here to help you have the best understanding of the game and guide you through it. In today's video, we'll be going through all the starters in Pokemon Unite to help you choose the one that's best for you. I'm Teeds, I've been playing MOBAs for over 9 years, and my goal is to help you become the very best like no one ever was. I have a guide for every single starter which will be linked down below. If it's not there yet, it will be coming in the next few days from when this video was uploaded. Starters are your first playable Pokemon. You'll be able to choose any of the following after completing the tutorial. You'll be able to choose either Talonflame, Charizard, Pikachu, Snorlax, or Eldegoss. Pokemon Unite lets us choose one starter from the 5, one from each role. I will explain each role as the video goes on. For each starter, I'll be giving you their pros, their cons, what kind of playstyle suits it, builds, and movesets to help you get started with your chosen starter. Okay, let's get into it. First we have Talonflame. Talonflame is a speedster. Speedsters have high mobility and generally deal a lot of damage. Their strengths are in quick attacks, and they also have an easier time scoring points than others with their mobility. In MOBA terms, speedsters are kind of like assassins or junglers. Speedsters usually go in the central area, also known as jungle. This role is perfect for those who want to be in their faces, fighting the enemy. You'll have to choose your targets carefully and look for opportunities. Talonflame has a ton of mobility. It can chase down targets easily and quickly get into enemy goal zones to score. However, Talonflame is also pretty squishy, meaning it can get taken down pretty easily if its moves are not up. Talonflame would be the best starter for you if you like quick, fast movements, easier time chasing down targets, you like to rotate between lanes, a high damaging Pokemon, pretty easy Pokemon to learn. And for the cons of Talonflame, it requires good knowledge of knowing when to go in and when to disengage, super squishy, can be taken down pretty easily, need to aim moves carefully, otherwise it will put you in a bad position without doing anything to the enemies. For builds, I recommend Focus Band, Muscle Band, and Buddy Barrier. This gives you a lot of basic attack damage and survivability. If you like even more damage, you could switch Focus Band for Scope Lens. For moveset, I recommend Aerial Ace and Fly. You can engage with Aerial Ace, try to deal as much basic attack damage as you can. You can then either use Fly to chase on the target or use it to get out if needed. Next up is Charizard. Charizard is an all-rounder. All-rounders are Pokemon who are pretty balanced with damage and endurance. They can deal damage, but they can also take some damage. This can be very hard to deal with as they can be hard to take down while also dealing so much damage to you. All-rounders are a great role for those who like to have a bit of both worlds, with being able to take out your enemies but not die so easily for it. All-rounders can also be frontliners with their defenders. You're kind of like an off-tank. In MOBA terms, all-rounders are like warriors and bruisers. All-rounders are generally found in the bottom lane but can also go top lane or can sometimes jungle. In its role, personally I find Charizard to be one of the weaker all-rounders, but I also find it to be the easiest all-rounder to play. Charizard has little to no support for the team, but it can deal massive amounts of damage if played right. Charizard would be the best starter for you if you like a powerful Unite move where it's hard to take down Charizard, lots of damage late game, good teamfight potential. Unite moves can push enemies or single out targets. However, Charizard does struggle more than others in its early game, does not feel as impactful as other all-rounders, takes longer than others to reach its power spike. Even as an all-rounder, Charizard is pretty easy to take out. For builds, I recommend Focus Band, Muscle Band, and Buddy Barrier. This will give you survivability and damage. You can also switch out Focus Band for Scope Lens if you'd like more damage. For movesets, I recommend Fire Punch and Fire Blast. You can Fire Blast the enemy and then Fire Punch them. This will give you a good amount of damage and crowd control. Next, we have Pikachu. Attackers are Pokemon who have pretty low endurance, but they deal a lot of heavy range damage. In MOBA terms, they would fall under a mage/hunter role. This role is perfect for those who enjoy dealing damage to enemy players, usually from a safe distance, but it also depends on which Pokemon you're playing. Attackers generally go top lane or bottom lane. Pikachu has a lot of ranged area moves that deal a ton of damage. It has great teamfight presence and can safely poke enemies. Pikachu is the best starter for you if you like high early to mid game damage, strong teamfight, great crowd control, easy to learn and use, dealing damage from afar, and for Pikachu's cons, pretty squishy, meaning it's easy to take down, does not have any escapes due to low mobility, damage drops off late game. For builds, I recommend Focus Band, Muscle Band, and Buddy Barrier. This gives you basic attack damage and survivability. For its moveset, I recommend Electro Ball and Thunderbolt. You can Thunderbolt targets who are trying to escape as it provides damage and crowd control, and Electro Ball is a move that never misses targets and has a short cooldown. Next up is Eldegoss. Eldegoss is a supporter. Supporters are Pokemon who provide support to their team, and they do this by inflicting negative status conditions to enemy Pokemon or buffs and heals to their allies. Supporters suit those who enjoy looking after their teammates, buffing them, healing, and saving them. Supporters generally go bottom lane but can also be in top lane as well. Eldegoss is a pretty strong supporter and can provide its teams with heals and shields. Eldegoss is a great addition to any team as a supporter and is pretty easy to play. Eldegoss would be perfect for those who love to support their allies, apply buffs and debuffs, sitting in the safe backline, happy to help allies secure takedowns, a mixture of offensive and defensive moves. For the cons, supporters are not the easiest to play, requires a lot of knowing what to use and when to use it, and you have to stay alert and keep an eye on your allies. For its build, I recommend Body Barrier, Wise Glasses, and Focus Band. A lot of survivability, and Wise Glasses will make your heal stronger. And for movesets, I recommend Cotton Guard. This will help yourself and your allies and also give everyone a shield. You can go either Leaf Tornado if you'd like more damage and buffs for your allies, or Pull and Puff for damage on enemies and heals on allies. And for the last starter we have, it's Snorlax. Snorlax is a defender. Defenders are Pokemon who have a really high endurance, so those who can take a lot of damage. They're great at protecting their allies and hindering enemy Pokemon. This role is perfect for those who like to survive a lot because they have such high defense. They put their allies first before them to secure small and big victories throughout the battlefield. You love to be in charge of initiating team fights, and you can make a huge difference for your allies. Snorlax is super tanky and deals a pretty decent amount of damage. It is also one of the best defenders for high competitive play. Snorlax will be perfect for those who love to initiate fights, play aggressively, take down opponents even though it's a defender, set up fights for its allies, protects its allies, having high defense, making it hard for enemies to take you down. However, Snorlax may not be the best for you if you don't like the pressure of protecting your allies, you're not comfortable with starting team fights, and you're not comfortable with zoning. For its build, I recommend Focus Band, Body Barrier, and Score Shield. This build helps you survive fights, protect your allies, and get some scores in without being interrupted. For moveset, I recommend Block and Heavy Slam. Block can be used to keep enemies away from objectives, set up and take down for your allies, and zone. Heavy Slam can be used to damage enemies and knock them up. You can also go the other moveset if you'd like more damage, like just to play a more aggressive Snorlax, but it doesn't help your team as much as these moves, so it's just pretty much choosing between being a super team player or you just want to see your enemies suffer. And that is all we have for all the starters in Pokemon Unite. I will have more individual guides for each starter in the description box below and in the pinned comment as well. So in this video it's just like a mini guide basically, but in my other videos it will be a more in-depth guide just to get you started. Those guides will help you completely understand your starter so you can maximize the effectiveness and damage output. In those videos I will talk about their moves more in depth, how to use them properly, how to combo them properly, situations you can use them in, and for the items and builds I will talk about how they actually work so you can actually understand what they do for your Pokemon. I'm also working on updating all of my beginner guides, tips and tricks and such. They will be updated as the days go on, hopefully before like the end of next week maybe, because I want to have everything here for you. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified. Comment down below what kind of videos you'd like me to cover, just in case there's something you want me to look into that I haven't posted about yet. I really want to help you guys transition into this game as well as I can, because I just want you to have a really fun time, and it's great to have even more players in Pokemon Unite. Liking the video would also be super duper helpful to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. I'll also be doing some giveaways soon as well. You can also follow me on Twitter and join my Discord community. We all help each other in there, so if you have any questions, there are like a lot of people there that can answer that for you. Okay, I take my leave. Bye!